It's fast, exciting, fun. It's baseball, the great American pastime that brings so much enjoyment to so many millions. Let's talk to four of America's top ball players about Camels, America's top cigarette. First, Willard Nixon, right-hander of the Boston Red Sox.
I found nothing can touch Camels for good taste and real pleasure.
Shortstop Johnny Logan, Milwaukee Braves.
Camel is my cigarette. Just what I want, real flavor.
Billy Pierce, Chicago White Sox pitcher.
I seem to get more pleasure from Camels. They're a smooth-smoking, good-tasting cigarette.
Joe Collins, New York Yankees.
I've smoked Camels for years, and I think I know why they're so popular. Good taste, mildness, and pure pleasure. Exactly what you want in a cigarette, and exactly what you get in Camels.
You'll get more pure pleasure out of Camels because only Camels taste so rich yet smoke so mild. You name your baseball thrill, we've got it for you. A great stop on a hard-hit grounder, a slugger blasting the ball out of the park, a 3-2 pitch when the pressure's on. Now meet some of baseball's top players who smoke Camels, America's top cigarette. Billy Heft, Detroit Tigers southpaw.
Well, I smoke for pleasure, and that's just what Camels give me. Good smoke, mild and good tasting.
Philadelphia's Richie Ashburn, National League batting champ.
I've tried them all, and Camels give me just what I want. Real smooth mildness, good rich taste.
Yankee pitcher Bob Grimm.
I've smoked a lot of cigarettes, and Camels are the best tasting smoke I've found.
Whitey Lockman, New York Giants.
Others I smoke just haven't got Camel's taste, and they're not as mild.
Fans, you ought to try Camels, the best-like cigarette today. Only Camels taste so rich, yet smoke so mild.
Come on, guys, let's get going. I gotta get home.
Just one last close-up, Phil.
All right, let's do it.
Dick,
Scene A, take 5.
action. Cut, lock it up.
Thank heaven.
Rehearsal tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, Mr. Silvers.
8 o'clock, you're kidding. Might as well sleep here. Believe me, comedy is a pretty serious business, but you can handle anything if you take time out for a little pleasure. Believe me. This is a pleasure. Mild, flavorful. Been my cigarette for years. What? Camels. Natch.
Yes, try Camels, the most popular cigarette today. For good, rich taste and smooth mildness, Camels give more pure pleasure to more smokers today than any other brand. Only Camels taste so rich, yet smoke so mild.
All right, come on, we'll try it once more. Oh, excuse me, I'm Phil Silvers. I'm trying to teach this Bilko character a little about acting. All right, Bilko, give me a big smile. No, a big, big smile. Oh, this guy is murder. Wait, I'll come in and show you. All right, Bilko, get behind the camera, and I'll show you what I mean. Where did they get this guy? Glad to see you. See? Folks, what you just saw was trick photography. There's no trick to Camel. All you got to do is smoke them. I've been smoking them for years.
Yes, try Camels, the most popular cigarette today. For good, rich taste and smooth mildness, Camels give more pure pleasure to more smokers today than any other brand. Only Camels taste so rich, yet smoke so mild.
You mean we're going to have to do that shot over again?
Phil, look at the time.
I know the time, Al. Look, the cameraman says he may have missed the shot. We might have to do it over again. Look, I don't run the cameras.
The shot was okay, Mr. Silvers. You can go home now.
Good, I'll change.
Dinner tonight?
Right.
On you.
As usual. You ever notice when you change from one suit to another, you invariably forget something? With me, it's usually my keys. One thing I never forget. They're always with me, my Camels. Tell you why. It's simple. They give me pleasure. Really mild, flavorful. That's what I like about them. Liked them for years. I think you will, too. How about it? Be my guest.
Yes, try Camels, For good, rich taste and smooth mildness, Camels give more pure pleasure to more smokers today than any other brand. Only Camels taste so rich, yet smoke so mild.
Oh, excuse me, I'm reading next week's script. Oh, my writers, they're mad. Mad! Awful quiet around here. You should have been here a few minutes ago. Oh, what a bedlam of activity. But it's nice and peaceful for a change. Good time to relax. What better way than with a Camel? You know, when a cigarette is as popular as Camels are, there must be a reason. I've been smoking them for years, and I know no other cigarette has its mildness or taste. They're really fine. Why don't you join me?
Yes, try Camel, the most popular cigarette today. For good, rich taste and smooth mildness, Camels give more pure pleasure to more smokers today than any other brand. Only Camels taste so rich, yet smoke so mild.
Real champions, leaders in their field. And here's another. Camel, America's most popular cigarette. The best liked smoke today. More smokers today get more pleasure from Camels than any other brand. Only Camels taste so rich, yet smoke so mild. Friends, after over 25 years broadcasting sports, I think maybe I've figured out what makes a real champion. It's not any one thing, but a combination of qualities that add up to the superiority which sets a champion apart from the rest. Same thing is true of fine products. Take Camels, the champion among cigarettes, the leader by far, year after year. Camels combine everything you want in a cigarette. Good, rich taste, real smooth mildness, more pleasure in smoking. It's this combination, this blend of the finest things in smoking, that makes Camel the best liked cigarette today. I'm a Camel smoker, and I know. Make your own 30-day Camel mildness test. See why Camels give more pure pleasure to more smokers today than any other brand. Only Camels taste so rich, yet smoke so mild.
Come on, fellas, this is a picture. Smile.
Come on, Fender.
Oh, come on. I want to send this home to my wife. I want to show what a cheerful bunch I'm with.
Cheerful after we lost that money to Company A on a football game?
We followed Bilko right into bankruptcy. Will you get it over with?
What is this, a work of art?
Get it, Bryce.
Hey, fellas, look what I found in Bilko's lock. Camel.
Hey, Rocco, I'm trying to take
I was
the
looking
picture.
for the Daily Report. Now you're going to get a good picture.
Hey, now will you smile?
Smile?
It's a pleasure.
Hold it. Great.
I tell you he did it.
Well, it just goes to show a little pleasure helps any situation. Of course, I don't know what you look for in a cigarette, but me, I like them to taste good and I like them mild. And Camel's got both. Well, I guess that's why Camels are America's bestseller. Plenty of good taste and they smoke mild. Why don't you give Camels a try? Because only Camels taste so rich yet smoke so mild.
I'd walk a mile for a Camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
walk a mile for a camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
I'd walk a mile for a camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
I'd walk a mile for a camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
I'd walk a mile for a camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
I'd walk a mile for a camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
I'd walk a mile for a camel.
This little demonstration was strictly for smokers who never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean. You other guys, start walking.
Camel, smoke camel, and see how mild a cigarette can be.
Oh, Cousin Phoebe is a clever spouse. They're never out of Camels up at Phoebe's house. She buys her Camels, and you should too. Buy the carton. It's the handy thing to do.
Camel, smoke camel, and see how mild a cigarette can be.
The Camel Quiz. How far can a kangaroo jump? These fascinating inhabitants of Australia can hit a speed of 45 miles an hour and leap 40 feet. How fast can an American eagle fly? These great majestic birds can zoom through the air at the speed of 120 miles an hour. How mild can a cigarette be? Now there's a question you can answer for yourself. Make the 30-day mildness test. In a recent test, hundreds of people smoked only Camels for 30 days. Noted throat specialists making weekly examinations reported not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking Camels. So smoke Camels and test them as you smoke them in your T-zone. T for taste, T for throat. Your proving ground for any cigarette. See if you don't prefer Camels on 2 counts, flavor and mildness. Let your taste tell you about Camel's rich, full flavor. See how your throat appreciates Camel mildness. Discover just how mild a cigarette can be.
Smoke Camels and see.
The Camel Quiz. How long can turtles live? Records at the American Museum of Natural History show that the Marian turtle lives to the ripe old age of 150 years or more. How high can a giraffe reach? Zoologists tell us that a full-grown giraffe can nibble the leaves from the top of a 20-foot tree. How mild can a cigarette be? For your answer, make the Camel mildness test. Just smoke Camels and only Camels for 30 days. It's revealing. You'll enjoy every puff of it. In a recent 30-day test, coast to coast, of hundreds of Camel smokers, noted throat specialists making weekly examinations reported not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking Camels. But make your own Camel 30-day test in your T-zone. That's T for taste, T for throat. See if your taste doesn't cheer for that rich Camel flavor. See if your throat doesn't welcome the cool mildness you find in Camels and only Camels.
Smoke Camels and see. Camels, camels, camels for mildness.
How mild, how mild, how mild can a cigarette be?
How mild?
Make the Camel 30-day test and you'll see. So mild, so mild, so mild, so mild that you're bound to agree that Camels suit you to a T, to a T. Smoke Camels and see.
Make the Camel 30-day mildness test and you'll know how mild a cigarette can be. Camels are so mild that in a recent test of hundreds of people who smoked only Camels for 30 days, noted throat specialists making weekly examinations reported not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking Camels. But test Camels yourself in your T-zone. See if you don't agree that Camels are the mildest, best-tasting cigarettes you ever smoked.
The Doctor's Report. From coast to coast, doctors in every branch of medicine, general physicians, surgeons, throat specialists, thousands of doctors were asked this question. What cigarette do you smoke, doctor? The brand named most was Camel. Yes, according to this nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. You can prove Camel mildness for yourself. Smoke only Camels for 30 days. Compare them in your T-zone. T for throat, T for taste. See if you don't agree Camels are the mildest, best-tasting cigarette you ever smoked. Make a note. Remember your throat. Try Camels today.
Camels, smoke Camels, it's Camels for mildness.
How mild, how mild, how mild can a cigarette be?
time will tell.
What a song! This'll sell 1 million copies.
It'll be bigger than old Susanna.
The public's been crying for a song like this. That song might die out in jig time. How can they tell so soon?
Yes, only time will tell about a song. And only time will tell about a cigarette. So you people watching and listening, take your time. Try America's favorite cigarette as your steady smoke. Smoke only Camels for 30 days and find out how Camel's rich, full flavor and cool, cool mildness keep right on pleasing you pack after pack. There must be a reason why more people smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels for 30 days and you'll know why. Get a carton today. Only time will tell.
I taught her everything I know about cooking. Cakes, pies, everything.
And wait until you taste her coffee.
I am indeed a fortunate fellow. You can't rate a cook on one piece of cake. How can they tell so soon?
I think the cat's got something there. Only time will tell about a good cook. And only time will tell about a cigarette. So you people watching and listening, take your time. Try America's most popular cigarette as your steady smoke. Smoke only Camels for 30 days and find out how Camel's rich, full flavor and cool, cool mildness keep right on pleasing you, pack after pack. There must be a reason why more people smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels for 30 days and you'll know why. Get a carton today.
Ask the Marines and they'll tell you it takes plenty of hard training to sharpen up a combat unit. Simulated battle conditions teach the men to think and act as individuals and as members of the team. But teamwork or otherwise, it's all hard work. So when mess call comes or they get time off, just watch those Marines reach for the Camels. Yes, like millions of other smokers, the Leathernecks can tell you why they say, once a Camel smoker, always a Camel smoker. It's because no other cigarette can match Camel's rich flavor and mildness. Smokers all over America have tested and compared many different brands for mildness and flavor. And after all the testing, Camel leads all other brands by billions. Make your own 30-day Camel mildness test and see why Camel is America's favorite cigarette. Young women who want to serve America and who love travel can fulfill both yearnings by joining the Waves. Basic training grooms the Waves for jobs which relieve men for active sea duty. It's not all work in Wave training camps. Dances and entertainments are part of the program. And at social affairs, you'll see them enjoying mild, flavorful Camel cigarettes. Yes, among both civilians and servicemen and women across the country, more people smoke Camels than any other cigarette. They've found that Camels offer a mildness and rich flavor unmatched by any other cigarette. See for yourself how mild and good tasting a cigarette can be. Smoke Camels for 30 days, and your own T-zone will tell you what you've been missing. You'll soon see why, after all the mildness tests, Camel leads all other brands by billions. When a girl enlists in the wax, she is given thorough basic training, can become a specialist in any of several hundred jobs both in this country and abroad. And just like her civilian sisters, Wax enjoy time out from duty for social pleasure and a cigarette. For, as with millions of smokers, Camels are an outstanding favorite of the Wax. Yes, millions of smokers have found that Camels have a mildness and rich flavor unmatched by any other cigarette. Try Camels yourself today. Compare Camel's mildness and flavor in your T-zone. T for throat and T for taste. You'll soon see why, after all the mildness tests, Camel is America's most popular cigarette by billions.
Beauty and talent make Broadway hits. And one whose beauty and talent carried her to stardom is star Patricia Morrison. When she's off stage, Miss Morrison needs only a cigarette and lighter, and she can express the feeling of contentment to a T. The cigarette? Camels, of course. Miss Morrison made the popular Camel 30-day test. In her own words,
"There's nothing quite like Camels. They taste so good, and they're so mild."
Yes, Miss Morrison, Camels are so mild that in a recent test of hundreds of people who smoked only Camels for 30 consecutive days, noted throat specialists making weekly examinations reported not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking Camels. Make your own 30-day test in your T-zone. You'll agree that Camels are the mildest, best-tasting cigarette you've ever smoked. Make a note. Remember your throat. Try Camels today.
Mildness tests have smoked out the truth. To find out which cigarette suits them best, the smokers of America have made different cigarette tests. Quick tests, trick tests, and the one thorough test, the 30-day Camel test. Now the smoke has cleared. After all these tests, Camel leads all other brands by billions of cigarettes. Yes, latest figures show Camels in first place by its widest margin in 25 years. You see, Camels have the two things smokers want most in a cigarette: flavor and mildness. No other cigarette has Camel's rich, full flavor, pack after pack. And no other cigarette gives you this proof of mildness. In a coast-to-coast test of hundreds of people who smoked only Camels for 30 days, noted throat specialists reported not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking Camels. Start smoking Camels today and see why, after all the mildness tests, Camel leads all other brands by billions of cigarettes.
Oh, cartons of Camels are sure to please. Besides, they look so handsome under Christmas trees. So easy to give, so good to get. Give Camels, the nation's favorite cigarette. Ho, ho, ho! It's gift-packed, ready to give, with a space for your greeting.
Give a man a horse he can ride? Well, it seems like a pretty good idea, especially on such a lovely day and with an equally lovely young lady riding at his side. A beautiful girl and a fine horse go together to make a most